Hey, what's up, everybody? Yo, TTO, how you guys doing? I'm Cheryl Coco. We have a huge, great guest panel with us. We have Brett Coffey. Give us a Brett. Hey, Brett. Ilias, Faye, Jojo Williams, Laura Smith, Maritza. Hey, girl. And Shelly Summers. May have some other people hop on here. So, you guys, we're here to help you get your businesses started, get things going, answer any questions that you might have. So, first things first, I'm going to kind of attack the questions that you guys put in the group so that we can kind of get that out of the way. Somebody asked me earlier about video editing software. For me, I have Apple. I was talking to JoJo earlier. I'll let her come on and tell you guys what she uses for the PC. But for the Apple, I use iMovie. I just kind of, you know, it's really kind of simple software. You just upload your videos to it. You can cut and paste things in. I don't really have very much to say about iMovie, but drop your videos in and connect them together. It's really simple. I don't do a lot of video editing myself, but for a lot of people that have Apple, that's the way to go. You definitely want to check out iMovie and see what you could do with that. How about you, JoJo? You were saying something about the PC.
Yeah, I use Movie Maker for my regular PC. It actually works pretty good. Does about the same stuff. I think it's a little more user friendly for somebody who's not used to the i software. But I think iMovie is definitely a superior video editing. I don't edit a lot of my videos, honestly. I like to do my videos just kind of rough cut, without a lot of editing. But when I do, that's what I use as Movie Maker, and it's free if you have a Microsoft account.
Yeah, for sure. Like for sure with the videos, some of the training videos or something like that, I tend to use like the iMovie or whatever. But most of the time, I pretty much just point my phone and click record and then end it and upload it to Facebook. But other than that, if I want to edit a movie, I use iMovie. Or you can now, if you have a PC, use Movie Maker. So somebody was talking about getting leads or asking questions about getting leads inside of the system. No, we did that on the Hangout last week. We talked to you guys about getting in front of people. Like I talked about bridal events and how you can get in front of people, talking to perfect strangers on the street and getting, JoJo is one of these people. We talked about this before, how you could just pretty much approach anybody and talk to them about your business. That's one of the greatest things is talking to people and getting in front of them and talking to them about your business. I think Jojo, was it you that was talking to me about like the 3 foot rule? If somebody comes within 3 feet of you, I'm just gonna put you on there.
Pretty much. No, it's cool. It's what I do. Anybody who's been in public with me knows that you can't get around me without getting to know me. So, and I don't just walk up to people randomly and say, "Try my product, join my business." I make friends everywhere I go and build relationships. So, yeah, talk to everybody everywhere you go. Sometimes I will like blatantly prospect people just because I've got team with me and I kind of want to show them how easy it is to do. Especially when you have a product like Instantly Ageless. It's easy to use that as a instant prospecting. So yeah, I do the same thing. Girl, you're a rock star. I've been watching your videos.
Oh, thank you. Just kind of walk up to anybody and start talking to them. So I brought Shelly Summers, right? Shelly is on the panel today. She's been kicking butt, getting some really great leads. So I wanted to ask her, what is she doing to get leads in the marketing system, or what are you doing to get leads and prospects? So Shelly, what do you got for us?
Actually, I bought into the co-op and I learned how to actually use the marketing system a little bit better. I had bought leads before, but I didn't really know what to do with them. And this time around, I'm actually kind of perfecting, contacting and getting them to respond to me and stuff like that. But I've also been doing, what some of the other ladies have been doing as far as going on those Facebook ads and just commenting on people's comments because they're getting scammed. And, it's really sad they're using our videos to solicit business for their other products, which don't even work, because if you read the people's comments, they're really upset. So when you offer them something that's real, I'm surprised that people are just like, you're getting floods of contacts, and it's crazy. So that's all I've been doing.
So Shelly, are you using your sample link? What are you posting when you see something like that?
Yes, definitely using my my capture pages to get them to put in their information and send out free samples. Sometimes I do the free one, like if I see they're really upset, and then sometimes I'll do the $4.99 one if I think that they'd be open to that. So I'm getting both.
Great tips. Thanks, Shelly. So
Mm-hmm.
you guys, so there's some, hold on, there's some definite ways to get people to generate leads. One of them, you just heard from Shelly, also getting into the co-ops. Really quick, we had Tanny, I believe her name is Tanny. Let me see if I could share my screen really quick. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, where am I at? I got it. All right. Intro to leads. So, this, can you guys see that? Anybody? Hear me now? Jojo? Yep. All right. So, we have Tanny who, we were talking to Shelly about following up with leads. So, you're going to get leads from the co-op. You're going to get leads maybe from putting your sample site out there or whatever, but what do you do next? One of the things that I like to do, and a lot of people on my team like to do, or the way to follow up with your leads, is to send them a video like she has right here. This is a perfect example of what you can do. Text your video to somebody, introducing yourself. You guys should go and check out this video. It's in our TTO Dream Team page. She's introducing herself, telling you a little bit about the company and what she does. She's really excited. I really love this video. She's awesome. So I just want to give her a shout out. It's a great way to text your leads, get in front of them, exposure, exposure, exposure. You guys, one of the things that you also want to do is use the custom video link inside of your marketing system. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick too. So, hold on.
Cheryl, one more thing that I did last night actually was I created a video for all of the people that are asking for samples and just telling them thank you, their samples are on their way, and that I'll be in contact with them in a few days to see how they liked it. And I just made a video like that, and I texted it to everybody, and I emailed it to them.
That's awesome. Great tip, staying in front of your leads. That's awesome, Shelly. Way to rock. One of the things that I like to use, let me see if I can pull it up here. Inside of the marketing system, people were asking where they can make the custom video link at. So just real quick, if you go down, if you're on your marketing system page, you can click on marketing funnels, and then, of course, where did it go? Oh, wait. Hold on a second. No. Personalized page. Custom video. There it is. Oh, dude. Really? So you can go into your custom video link, and if you upload a video to YouTube or whatever, marketing tools, custom video, go here and put your own YouTube video and send them the link so that if they're clicking on something, they always come back to you and they can see one of your personalized landing pages. What else do we get? Where do you guys use the leads, I guess? Where do the leads come from the marketing system? So you go to the traffic, you can click on traffic co-ops. You can watch this video right here. It'll tell you where the leads come from. Traffic brokers, people that are good at generating massive amount of traffic, and you pay them to do their thing, and you get the leads, and you follow up like Shelly was saying. You make that intro video, the same video that Tanny's making, and you're going to email it out to people. Right? You're going to send them your custom video link. Also, how do you get people to enter their information into the marketing system? So when you click on your marketing funnels and then cold market, you're going to choose one of these capture pages that you have here. You can see where they go. This is a new capture page I saw. Really like this one. So say you have that personality that's win, and they're all excited and they want to know about the party. This is a great video for you guys to send to them. But you copy and paste this link, and that the visitor has to enter their name, email, and phone number, and it's going to show up inside of your marketing system. So when you're getting your leads out or whatever, or you have somebody that's interested in your business, send them a capture page that has their name, email, and phone number, and their information will be put into your system. So it's as simple as that. You guys just come in here and click on some of the marketing funnels, your cold market, make sure you use the custom video. And if you want more traffic, get into the traffic co-ops. This traffic sources list is another way that you can drive traffic. There's a video, of course, in here that will show you all about how you can do it and how you can generate more traffic into your business and following up. You can pay for all the traffic in the world, but if you're not following up like we talked about, then it's all about exposure and getting in front of people. So some of the things that I wanted to mention in there. Also, really quick, you guys, I don't know if you guys seen this. I don't know if people on the panel have seen this yet. It was just brought to my attention. Kimmy, have you guys seen the new preferred customer? Has anybody seen what's newly offered to the preferred customers? Let me bring you guys to this page real quick. All right. So if you go into preferred customer from your regular website, it used to just be the serum, reserve, and AM, PM. Well, now you guys have the option to have youth restoring cleanser and the ultimate lifting mask. You also have the daily moisturizing complex available to you. You also have 2 boxes of instantly ageless available to you. So if you want more preferred customers, people that want to be on auto ship, people that want more product, this right here is super exciting. It's really, really exciting to make sure that you keep a good eye on these things, and this is something new that you can offer your customers. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. I don't know who saw that or didn't, but yeah, great way to get more customers into your business. We have something more to offer, which is always awesome. Jeunesse rocking it out. So yeah, so those are some of the questions that we had in there. Thank you so much, Shelly. You rock. Keep following up with people, generating more leads. Use your system. Some of the questions I have for some of the people on the panel right now, especially Brett, I'm going to call you out right now. Twitter, I'm all about like how much you can expand your network, like Omnipresence. This is what this guy is all about. Like, it's what I follow Brett. I hope you guys do too. I mean, this guy is on Twitter. He's Snapchatting. He's Facebook, and he's video, and he's everywhere. So if you can give us some tips on like Twitter, who you follow, why we should follow these people, I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the more exposure you have, the more people are going to follow you back. And to be honest, and I don't know if this is exposing myself, but I've never used the TTO marketing system at all. I mean, I go in and I listen to content, but haven't haven't bought any leads, any of that kind of stuff. I mean, I probably have like 0 leads back there. All my stuff is generated by having an omnipresence in marketing online. I think I've got 14,000 people following me on Twitter. I'm super interactive every single day in that I spend about an hour reaching out to everybody that is online or that friends me, or some people I'll send a quick little video on Twitter, like a private Twitter message saying, hey, great to meet you, how you doing, what do you do? And I recognize the fact that I've run out of my warm market. I've been at the game for a while, my hot market, warm market. You continually expand your warm market, and I had to figure out a way to do it. So, I follow Gary Vaynerchuk, I follow Grant Cardone, I follow Tony Robbins, and all those, those 3 people right there all have huge followings of people that want to win in different arenas. That's why they follow them. So, I go and emulate what they do as best I can, and when I can, I don't know. I mean, today I think it was 142 new followers on Twitter. So, and I use a program. I think Giselle talked about this last week, but I use a program called Buffer. It's free, or it's $10 a month, and it allows you to post to 3 different medium sources, or to 10 if you buy the $10 a month program. So you can set up 20 tweets, 20 Facebook posts. They're yours. They're organic in the sense that you create the material. And I just do so much. And if anybody follows me, you probably know that you're either going to hate the amount that I post, or you're going to love it, and we're going to have a connection. And what I've done, what's really worked for me is I'll create, I'll you'll like something that I post on Twitter. You'll like something that I post on Facebook, and my page on Facebook is public, and I hope everybody does it that way. Some people only have their friends. Well, you're missing out on 8 billion other people that may come across your stuff, so you got to be public. And so Cheryl, I may find you on Twitter, and I'll send you a private message, ask you how you're doing, what's up, where do you live, that kind of thing. And I don't dive into the business. I want to get to develop a relationship, get to know you a little bit, what you're doing. And then I've done this. I've got 5 calls tomorrow where I've said, hey, we should talk live sometime. And so I've got 5 calls tomorrow, and it's not about I'm not going for the close. I'm going for the relationship. And if you do that long enough, your pipeline, and even Seth was freaking out. He goes, your pipeline's just like blowing up. Stuff is going to fall out of the pipeline if you do it long enough. The biggest thing that most people don't do in social media. Oh, another gal, a gal that follows Mari Smith, Mari Smith. She's known as the queen of Facebook. She did a free webinar stream today just about all these tips and tricks to do on Facebook. So any of those people that you can follow, but I'm just going to be everywhere. Like, everyone's going to know me. They're either going to be so pissed off because I post so much and they see so much. They're going to go, this guy's either out of his mind, or I gotta find out what he's doing. And that's really what I've done, is just blowing it up that way. So I've got all these people following me, and I'll go and spend time just liking people's stuff, commenting, thanking them for liking something on my page, creating a relationship to the point where I can pull the trigger and phone somebody and go, hey, how you doing? Tell me your story, because like JoJo talks about, this whole thing is about telling stories. So I talked to a guy that is one of the top periscopers. He was just at the Periscope Summit, and before he flew down to San Francisco to do it, we chatted. We got on the phone. He told me his story. He worked in construction, made $300,000 a year. The whole thing fell apart, and he went down to Florida to try and do more, and it just didn't work. And he started getting on Periscope, started to get a real following. Now he's been asked to speak. Well, we got on FaceTime, and we chatted for about 5-10 minutes. He told me his story, I told him mine, and I just said, hey, look, if you ever find anybody that's looking in the space of network marketing, I'm looking for some key leads, I'm looking for some key people. So now every time I hop on one of his Periscopes, he will say, you guys need to follow Brett Coffey. You need to set up. His story is amazing, and it's just expanding your overall presence. The master of it is the master of TTO, and that's sad. People just go to his link, put their credit card on his, send their credit card to his phone and say, sign me up. So that's all I'm trying to do, is copy what he's doing. Just be out there as much as you can. My goal is, and I've always joked about this, is that I want to be on an island with my family, with no other people, just my phone and the internet, doing welcome calls. That's the bottom line for me. That's what I'm looking for.
Right on. Like, Brett, I have to say, so you're definitely one of the people that I just started getting into Twitter. I think I've sent Giselle message. I'm like, oh, look, I'm using this program, and look at the amount of people that are following me. So definitely the buffer has helped me a lot, because you want to be everywhere but not spend all of that time being everywhere. So buffer has definitely helped me, and it has increased my following on Twitter, which, a week ago I was just like, I don't even know anything about Twitter, but you kind of just dive right in and get used to it. So Twitter is definitely amazing. Periscope, I found another app or another program that I'm using right now. Have you guys heard of Medium? Anybody?
Medium, yep. I've got 2 articles on there.
Okay. Yep, Medium is something that I like to write, so Medium is something that I like to do. And I see Grant Cardona's on there. You can follow him, and Gary, the guy that you were talking about, he's on there. So I follow him, and their follower, it's all about omnipresence, because those people's followers are all the same mindset. They come and follow you, and back and forth you can gain a large network. You want to get people in that pipeline. I love it, Brett. Thanks so much.
One other app that you guys should check out too is called Meevee, Mevee. It is another Periscope in beta mode, so they have a bunch of problems, it crashes, things like that. But it's the idea of something new that is doesn't have a lot of fish in the pond. So you can have a bigger presence there. It's harder to get noticed on YouTube. It's harder to get noticed on Periscope, but you can actually have a bigger presence in something like that because it's brand new. So if you go there now and start broadcasting, you're going to end up, getting noticed. And then the last thing, out of all the formats that I love the best, is probably Blab. Blab is just a great way to, pick a topic. If you have an expertise outside of network marketing, like I've had some people ask me, because I signed up for Cardone University, and some people want me to host a, like a meetup group for Cardone's University, compare notes and stuff. And I know the second I do it, the thing will blow up like crazy. People will just want to dive in and know, and I've been fortunate in that I'm either an all-out stalker of Gary Vaynerchuk and Grant Cardone, that I've been mentioned a couple of times, and that just helps. So, people attach the two. It's the same thing. Like, Cedric calls individuals out, and that helps because that following starts to follow you because they recognize that, hey, you're attached to somebody that's a leader. So it's just, it really is just having an omnipresence.
That's awesome. Thanks, Brett. How about you? You did, I think somebody mentioned that you were on Snapchat too. Is that right?
Oh yeah. If it's digital, I'm on it. I'm doing it.
Awesome. Thank you, Brett. Does anybody have anything else that they want to add to that or ask about that?
Or anybody have any questions?
Anybody have any questions? No? Like, no? Nobody has any questions? All right. So, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Medium, you got Blab. Meebee, I think he was saying. People to follow, people to emulate, I think is what he's talking about. Grab that following of people, just like Cedric, if, stay in front of people's faces, build your network, get people in the pipeline. It's all about networking, telling stories. Follow JoJo. She tells some of the most amazing stories. Giselle, Maritza, I think she had a video today, or I don't know if it was today or yesterday, that was really transparent. I know if you guys aren't watching it, there's different things people tell stories. You get connected to these people. You want to know what happens next. I'm always like, what's JoJo doing now? Or, what's going on with this weight loss journey? Maritza, what happened today? So you get attached to these people too, and you'll start to see people will get attached to you if they follow your story. So awesome advice. Thanks so much, Brett. So one of the questions that I have that I want to put out to you guys is, we talked to Brett. He was talking about Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, I think is the way you say his name. Mary Smith, Mary Smith, I wrote that name down. So who on this panel, who do you guys follow that you guys think that, or who do you guys know that we should know? Or who do you know that I should know? Who wants to take that question? Tell us who you know that we should know. Anyone?
I'm following pretty much all the same ones. I've actually, Grant Cardone is new for me. I've seen a little bit of his stuff, but he is actually, I love his take on stuff because we can listen to all our videos or things over and over and over, and that's something you never want to stop doing. But sometimes it's nice to bring something in that's so out of left field that it just changes the mix of what you're thinking. Because I watched, you can get his Grant Cardone TV for free, right? And he had one on the other day about the perfect pitch. And that's a lot about what we've been doing in training the team is what's your pitch, what's your pitch? And everybody's like a deer in the headlights. It's like, hey, you got 1 minute, okay, go, right? And everybody like, I don't know what to do. So on the last Young Hustlers, it's called, it was about the perfect pitch. And the way he put it, it's like it was simplified. It's so easy. So, you want to have 3 or 4 because each person's going to be different. But like if that plane's landing and you've got 30 seconds to let somebody know who you are without, puking on them, then you need to get it down. So he's helping me in those kind of things. And I just like his in-your-face way he goes about it. It's kind of cool and new.
Awesome. Thanks, Giselle. Anybody else want to add to who do you know that we should know? Who do you know here?
Sure,
Jojo?
I'll comment, Cheryl. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sorry, I've got a little dog running around in here. You know what? I listen to a variety of leaders in all different areas. I'm a big fan of not only working on, I kind of connect all of my personal growth with my business growth. I think they really go hand in hand. So on any given day, I could be listening to, Anthony Robbins, and then next listening to Dr. Wayne Dyer. I have several different leaders that I follow in different arenas, be it spiritual, business growth, whatever. I think for me, it's all personally connected, right? When I'm working on me internally, I'm working on growing my business. Becoming a better person makes me better in the business, for example. So a couple of my favorites, obviously, would be Anthony Robbins, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Eric Worre. I definitely follow, Todd Falcone, Cedric, of course. I have my certain people. When I see that they pop up on Periscope, I'm definitely listening. When I'm in the car, I'm listening to an audio. I've got GoPro. I've got Awaken the Giant Within. I also burn my own CDs all the time of some of my favorite stuff that I like to listen to. Even I have a whole compilation of Abraham Hicks from YouTube that I listen to. So it's a variety of just constantly putting into my mind value, 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 value. I think for the new network marketer, a good place to start would be with Richard Fenton, Go for No. Another one would be your first year in network marketing, Mark Yarnell. I think those are must reads in the beginning of your career, and if you're further along in your career and you haven't read them, go back and read them. They're great books. They really Go for No took away my fear of rejection completely, changed my course on that, and your first year in network marketing gave me an honest look at what to expect in network marketing, so I wasn't so deflated by some of the valleys we trek through in this beautiful industry that I love and proudly defend. So I hope that answers your question, Cheryl.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Jojo. Love it. I'm like writing names down as you're talking. Like, oh, gotta get that name down. So super awesome. Thank you so much, Jojo. One of the other questions that I have for you guys, if somebody wants to take it away, this is one of my favorites. So, what is the greatest lesson? Now, there's some people with some great experience in network marketing, so I have to ask you guys, what's the greatest lesson that you've learned, and what lesson are you learning right now? So, if anybody wants to take that question, what's the greatest lesson in network marketing that you have learned, and what are you learning right now?
I'm happy to let someone else go first if there's somebody who wants to, but I definitely want to get in on this.
Go for it, Jojo.
Okay, all right. Well, the greatest lesson that I've learned so far to date in my career would be that nobody's responsible for my success but myself. My sponsor is not responsible, my downline, upline, company, nobody is responsible for my success other than me. And for me, really, my career really started to take off when I had a shift of focus. And I think we all joined the industry to make money and to get really cool products, because this industry, let's face it, has great products. But I had a shift where what really excited me about the industry was personal growth and relationships, making friends all over the world. And I now have friends all over the world. It's pretty cool. And so when I changed my focus to that, took full accountability for my own success, that's when my career started to really change, and I became a better me and started getting better results. Back to you, girl.
Thanks, Jojo. Anybody else want to add to that one?
I will. I don't know.
Go for it. Yep.
Yeah. For me, I think one of the biggest things, and I think one of my aha moments was when Cedric said about, the only thing that network marketing truly is personal development with a product attached to it. And what I realized was that through the course of having been in so many different multi-level marketing companies, at the end of the day, I had to slow down and be very patient with the reality that it was all about personal development and personal relationships. and not to be unrealistic, because I am a wind personality, and so it was all about fun, fun, fun. And if I wasn't making the money quick enough, I thought, well, shoot, I got to move on to something else. To really understand that in the course of building this business, it's going to take time, it's going to take a lot of effort, it's going to take a lot of commitment, and it's going to take a lot of responsibility, because like JoJo said, at the end of the day, the only one that's either going to make it or break it is going to be myself. It's not going to be Cedric's fault. It's not going to be CJ's fault, although I'd love to blame him for everything. It's not their fault. It's my fault. It's my business. And I also am really big on personal development when it comes to anything that has to do with motivation, with making sure that I understand that whatever it is that I feed myself in the morning is really going to help to propel me for the rest of the day. So I'm very critical and I'm very careful with what I allow into my spirit. As an example, and I hope I don't offend anybody, I don't watch the news in the morning. And I tend not to do that unless it has to do with the weather, because it seems like it always puts a damper in my spirit. So I would rather put on Abraham Hicks and do some great meditation, or I'd rather put on Les Brown when I'm at the gym and listening to him, or just anything that's really going to get me to get up and going, because I know that then becomes my reality for my team. And the other thing too that I remember was during the Christmas season when Cedric was talking about the building of the relationships with just sending out Christmas cards, going back to these old-fashioned ways of reconnecting with people, because I keep hearing, Zig Ziglar in my head, with all these trainings that I've had, that people really do not give a crap about how much you know, but man, do they really, really care about how much you care. And with that connection, that's been, I think, my biggest transformation with this company in comparison to the rest, and the reality that this is going to take some time. And so for those of you that are watching us, understand that our successes come a little bit at a time. With what Brett was talking about, he didn't learn that in one day. There's little steps that we can all take to help each other, and that's why I think, that the more that we get involved with each other, it becomes easier and easier, because we just become better and better. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. That was great. Thank you so much. Does anybody else, Laura, Giselle, anybody want to add to that? Because that was some good stuff. Thanks, JoJo. Thanks, Maritza. That was good stuff. So
yeah, I'm kind of the same. I guess with everybody in agreement with everything you said, and a lot of what this last year, just working with Cedric and the personal development and that stay for the feeling thing, is got to be the biggest aha moment in anything. Because I've been with other companies, and I loved a lot of things about them, but this one has really stepped it up to a whole new level. And the personal growth this year, the friendships that we have, I mean, there are no lines, there are teams. We all are one, right? And we all help each other. And I know we all take in orphans from different places. If they're local, we help each other out. We answer questions to people. We don't care what team you're on. We don't ask who's your upline. It's just, oh, you need something? I'll get it for you. I'll help you out, right? And so just that it is such a long-term goal. This is the first time I've been this relaxed in this industry, where I'm not in this panic mode every month on this panic alert, right? Because it's just there, and it's such a calming feeling to know that we're with such a great group and with such a great company, and just the whole thing, where we're going to be going. It's just a relief. It just feels really good, and I'm really excited for the next 5-10 years with y'all.
that's awesome. Thanks so much, Giselle. One of the things that I kind of try and take away from all of this stuff is I always ask myself, what has somebody else done that I want to do? So, for me, I ask people to be on the panel. I asked Brett, okay, I want to have Omnipresence, so what can I do to follow exactly what he does? So, what has that person done that I should do? We should all be asking these questions to ourselves and trying to figure out what these leaders do that we can also do in effect. for Giselle, I'm always looking, always so calm, sounds very intelligent, very confident, something that I, like to do, something that she does that I want to do, something that Ilias does. He's, always upbeat, kind, nice. He's always got this positive personality. Go to his page, go to his wall, it's like the picture of positivity. I talk to JoJo, and we have some really in-depth conversations, and I tell JoJo all the time, one of the things that I want to do that she does is everything that I do comes from someplace hard in my life. Like, it's always hard, hard, hard. And everything that JoJo does comes from love. So I talk to JoJo because it's like a hit in the heart every time. And I don't catch those kind of feelings all the time. So it's really nice. It's something that she does that I want to do. Laura Smith, for me, all of the time is so much fun. Girl is fun, always, girl with your hair and make just kind of the girly side of me that I really don't get out. So it's something that she does that I want to do, where it's amazing videos, always very calm on a video, always very yourself on a video. People think that I have the video thing locked down. I go around and stalk other people's videos because I like to see what they do. And I don't have the video thing down as much as people would like to think, but I go around and I try and find what people do that I should be doing. So like even Jennifer Morgan, Lisa Marie Carter, there are people's videos that I literally study. I'm like, oh man, I need to point the camera that way or stay calm this way. Or Maritza, like the way that she can have fun on video and chat with a girlfriend next to her. I know you did a video the other day. I stalk you. She did a video the other day with a girlfriend. I was like, I'm there. I felt like I was right there with her. So, I mean, something that she does that I should do. Shelly, get in the leads, get in front of people. Everybody has something that they do that you should do. If you guys have something that you want to tell us that we should be doing, I'll be writing it down because you guys know, you can hear it. I stalk every single one of you. What should we do that you guys do?
I'd love to get in on this one too, but before I do, I want to say I feel really blessed to be here with you guys. What we have going on in Team Takeover is nothing short of amazing. When she was describing every single one of you, I was over here laughing because I have the same feelings about each and every one of you. We're really a family here, and that is truly just such a blessing to be that family. So what have I done that I would suggest that you do, the viewer? Be brave. Be courageous and put yourself out there. And note that I said yourself. So here's the thing, and this industry is all about duplication, okay? It's all about duplication, and when we're looking at what other people do and we're duplicating that, we should still do it as ourselves, right? Be the same person everywhere that you're at. Be you. For example, the whole fake it till you make it thing, the whole branding yourself thing, I think people take it to the wrong level. Fake it till you make it doesn't mean pretend to be something you're not. That's not what it means. It doesn't mean pretend you're rich and post pictures of cars and houses that you don't really own. Fake it till you make it should be all about you having so much faith in your dream coming true that it's in your mind it's already happened. That's fake it till you make it. But you always present yourself exactly where you're at. That doesn't mean if you have a bad day, you go on Facebook and air your dirty laundry because that's where you're at. We all have bad days. That's great. Keep that stuff offline. Don't do it. Trust me, 24-hour rule. But don't fake it till you make it and pretending you're something you're not. Branding ourselves. Before we can brand ourselves, we kind of got to know who ourselves are. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of self-work that has to take place. There's a journey that has to take place, and that is the branding. Sharing your journey authentically, genuinely. I bravely put myself out there. I've been doing it for almost 5 years now on my blog and through video marketing, and just wherever I'm at, that's what I share. Is everybody going to love me? No. I'm kind of known as kind of a spiritual gangster. Yes, I always come from love, but I always shoot straight. You know exactly where you stand with me. You know exactly how I feel about things. Does that mean I'm right all the time? No, but it means you know how I feel. And I think it's really important to put ourselves out there genuinely, authentically, honestly, where we're at, to be that courageous, be that brave, because then we are in alignment to attract to us the people we would want to be around anyways. if you're pretending to be somebody you're not, you're going to attract a bunch of people to you that you don't really want to hang out with. So be brave, be courageous, put yourself out there, and practice fake it till you make it in regards to the law of attraction, not to fake cars on your Facebook page that you don't really own.
I love what you're doing. Thanks. The personality type training that Cedric did the other day, really crucial in all of this, getting to know yourself. Everything that JoJo said, instead of saying go download those CDs, dude, if you haven't downloaded those CDs, download them. Have to add that in there. Anybody, what else? What should you do? What do you do that we should do? Anybody else want to add to that?
I'll add to that. I mean, I think that, I posted it a second ago. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And too many people act like they have it all figured out. And they're not willing to ask for help and go to, whoever to get the help. I mean, you got to check your ego at the door. And, we can all learn something from everybody here. Nobody's too big to not learn. And that's, you were saying it, Cheryl. I mean, I didn't learn all the stuff that I know in social media overnight. But, hey, I'm willing to share it. And there's so much more to learn. So don't be that person, Put your ego at the door. Learn from people. There's so much that you can learn over the next little, while and for the rest of your life. My attitude is, if you wake up in the morning, it's already a great day. A day above ground is a fantastic day. And if that's your attitude when you start, then you're going to win. Hey, there's a boat full of crap coming everybody's way every day, and it's just in how you deal with it. And the bigger your network, the more people that you can talk to about the challenges that you have that come at you. You're going to learn stuff, and then you're going to be able to deal with it. You're going to be able to tell those stories on how you dealt with something or how somebody else dealt with something. This is more about, half the time when I talk, when I'm talking to people about, the business or just life in general, it comes down to I'm telling your guys' story, because it's not about Brett Coffey got in the business last January, took 29 days to earn a $6,000 bonus check. Nobody cares at the end of the day. Nobody cares. So I want to share all your guys' stories, because it's come and meet my team. And even if you're cross line, up line, side line, it doesn't matter. You're all part of the team. And I want to be able to tell everybody's individual story, because that's what draws people in. And so if you're the smartest person in the wrong room, man, you need to get into another room and check your ego at the door.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like trying to get everybody in the room. I'm like trying to learn from everybody. I think it's great advice. Don't be the smartest person in the room, because you're in the wrong room.
Brett just said something that reminded me. I remember a few years ago when I was really, really big and heavy in the mortgage industry, and I remember that the sales representatives from banks, would come in to try to sell us their products so that we could represent, their loans. But I remember that when they would first step into the office, these are people that we'd never known. We knew that they were coming in as salespeople. We would just reject them. We were kind of rude to them. We really didn't want to have anything to do with them. And it was the people that came back the following week that, now we weren't as harsh. We just kind of, just let them do their thing. And then that third week, and then upon that fourth and fifth presence, we started to now say, hey, do y'all want to have some lunch? And we started to develop the relationship. In this network marketing business, I think that's why it's so critically important that we're constantly putting ourselves out there, because people feel that way, especially if they know that you're in some sort of network marketing, and hopefully all of us at least have something on our page that represent the company that we're representing. And so a lot of times people are very standoffish simply because of the fact that they fear, like, oh man, here she comes again. What is she trying to sell me? But if you come at it more from a, I just want to get to know you, if you eventually like what I do, awesome. But at the end of the day, let's just be friends and develop that relationship. And I've learned now that that's the approach that I take with everything that I do, is get to know me. We'll then talk about what I do, But first, let's get to know each other. And it's it's been more welcoming, and again, that has a lot to do with the success that I've had in bringing people on board, especially strangers that don't know me, but that have seen my videos. And so I'll call them up and say, hey, meet me at McDonald's, and they're like, oh my God, all right, and so here we go. But it's always because, hey, I want to know, what is it that you do, and can we network, and if everything fits, then let's do it, and if not, let's just be friends, and who knows what the future may bring.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Maritza.
Sure.
Great advice. So if anybody else has, I know Elias likes to end our hangouts with a reading, but if anybody else has anything to add of, any questions or anything to add, please feel free. Now's the time. Add away.
Well, I would just like to say this hangout was amazing. Brett, you're the bomb.com, buddy. Appreciate you,
For
man.
sure.
Maritza, JoJo, I was just, taking notes and just, I'm so excited to apply some of this, that I learned tonight just on this hangout. I just want to say, be honest, be honest with yourself so you can have an opportunity to be honest with others, be caring, be open to good wisdom and direction and guidance. And tonight, the guidance and the wisdom and the nuggets that were shared, it just, I was just taking notes and just listening. And sometimes, for me, like, this profession has allowed me to make some adjustments in my own personal life. It was a chance for me to become better, to get right with some things. Because growing up, I knew nothing about this profession. I'm 40 years old. I got involved in this profession mid 2010, and it totally changed my life. And when I got involved in this profession, I said, you know what, this is the space I need to be in. These are the people and the individuals that I need to be around. And it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, and sometimes it doesn't happen when you think it's going to happen. But if you stay the course and you stay humble and you stay caring and you stay appreciative, things fall right into place. So again, Brett, JoJo, Maritza, of course, Giselle, Shelly and Laura, thanks for just, sharing, what you guys have experienced and what you guys know, because I'm very appreciative, and thank you. I just want to add on, and like Coco said, yes, every hangout I end with a small read. Eric Worre is definitely someone that I know we all follow. He's a great in the profession amongst others, and whenever you're ready, Coco, you give me the green light. And
all right. Before you get started, I just have to say, people think of me, we go over the personality types, and people usually think of me this very fiery personality, like this all fire, all fire, all fire. But, it's only been a year for me in network marketing, and I learned so much. The value that you guys bring to me, seriously, like, I don't know if you guys know how much it means to me to hear what you guys have to say, to go to your pages and try, all the things that I'm trying to do, or what do you guys do that I should do, and be able to ask you guys these questions. This is what TTO is about. I'm really, really, I feel blessed and to know you guys and to have this be my first network marketing experience after the experiences that I've heard from so many other people. So from the bottom of my heart, you guys, seriously, thank you guys so much for being on the Hangout and sharing all of your wisdom with even somebody as new as me or whatever. It really makes a huge impact. I mean, this is my notes from the Hangout. Like, I don't know if the other viewers are taking notes, but you guys should have this many notes. Dropping bombs over here. I love it. I can't wait. All I want to do is start taking action. Action, action, action. So much great stuff. Thank you.
Cheryl.
Thank you. All right, back to you, dude. How to add that.
You guys, I'm gonna
Okay.
jump off real quick.
Indeed.
I have a three-way call coming in for my team that was already scheduled. I love you guys, and I will catch the recording of this. Elias, I thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, yes, yes. Good night. Good night. Keep shining.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Jojo.
Okay, well tonight we're gonna we're coming up on chapter 5, Eric Worre GoPro. You know, I encourage everybody, if you don't have Eric Worre's book GoPro, please make sure you get your hands on it. It's an awesome read, and it shares so much guidance and direction, and I know it helps me carry myself the right way when networking with others. So tonight's chapter is chapter 5, and chapter 5 talks about inviting prospects to understand your product or opportunity. So let's get right into it. Once you've identified your prospects, the next skill is learning how to properly invite them to find out more about your product or opportunity. This is by far the most critical skill to develop. I call it the getaway skill for network marketing. If you aren't successful in getting anybody to take a look, then we can guess what your future will look like in MLM. Most people think you must start off with a great reputation and have a lot of influence with others for them to take a look at your opportunity. That's just not true. When I first started in 1988, I had no reputation and no influence. I barely escaped high school, attended one semester of college before dropping out, and had a total of 18 jobs, all before the age of 23. Do you think I had a lot of respect in the community? I had zero. And since I was a $5 to $10 an hour person, all my friends were the same, so they weren't much help. Most of them were still living with their parents, but I was desperate and I was scrappy. In the beginning, I made up in numbers what I lacked in skill. I called everyone I knew and gave them my pitch. A few of them joined, most didn't. I placed ads in the local newspaper. I gave all of the people who responded my pitch. From all of that activity, a few joined, most didn't. I tried everything. I was like a hunter with a goal of bagging an elephant. I went around with a gun slash opportunity in my hand and shot at everything that moved. I didn't really care about relationships. All I cared about was getting that new recruit. My attitude was some will, some won't. So what? Next. But because I was a hunter, everyone around me felt hunted, and they started to avoid me, and it wasn't fun. Even worse, the people I did get to join my business tried to do the same thing I was doing, failed, and then quit. After 3 or 4 years of frustration, I came to my defining moment and started studying successful people in MLM to see what they did. What I found surprised me. They weren't hunters, they were more like farmers. They built relationships, they built friendships, they learned how to build trust with the people they met and were able to be skillfully transfer. They were able to skillfully transfer the belief they had about their products and opportunity. Their goal wasn't to immediately recruit their prospects. Their initial objective was to educate their prospects on what they had to offer and then let those prospects decide if it was something they wanted to do. This was huge. This was a huge switch in strategy for me. I began to look at things differently. I put myself in the prospect's shoes and thought about what would be attractive to me, and alternatively would be what would cause me to put up my defenses. I realized why the pros had such great results, instead of acting like sharks, they were more like coaches or consultants. They built relationships and then offered common sense solutions to people's problems. Who wouldn't like that? The other thing I noticed with the professionals is they didn't pitch their product or opportunity. Instead, when the timing was appropriate, they just invited people to do one of the time I apologize. It says the other thing I noticed with the professionals is they didn't pitch their product or opportunity. Instead, when the timing was appropriate, they just invited people to do one of two things based upon the individual prospect's situation. The first thing they did was to invite people to attend some sort of event, such as a one-on-one or two-on-one meeting with another member of their team, a three-way phone conversation, a small group presentation in their home, an online webinar, a local hotel meeting, or some larger company event or convention. Professionals understand that personal interaction is a critical component when it comes to building trust and transferring belief. So they try to connect with people as much as possible. The second thing they did was to invite people to review some sort of tool. I'm a big believer in using tools to help educate a prospect. Tools take many forms. There are CDs, DVDs, magazines, brochures, websites, and online presentations. With some companies, you can even let people sample the product and treat that as a tool. There is no question that technology continues to evolve, offering more and more convenient ways to help educate prospects. But I have to interject a personal opinion based on experience. While technology allows us to get people quality information quickly, there is nothing like a physical tool. In a world of bits and bytes, and in a network marketing world where it's important to build trust, a physical tool makes it real. One of the two methods used to help educate the prospect, events, are the most effective. There are lots of reasons. There is physical interaction from meeting with people, and that helps build trust. There is the important element of social proof. It's valuable for the prospect to see that there are other people active, involved, and find out what those people are like. There is education on the product and the financial opportunity. They get to see firsthand the kind of support that's involved, and they realize they won't have to do everything by themselves. In most cases, there is excitement and urgency at these events, and they get to hear stories of how things are going for other people. Those are some of the benefits. The only downside to events is they can be difficult to schedule and confirm, especially for a brand new person. If you don't have the skills, it's fairly common to invite 20 people and have only one or two show up. That can be discouraging. For building a large and duplicating organization, I have found that a tool is a better first step. Remember, our goal is to educate and understand. We want people to know what we have and understand how it can benefit their lives. A tool is a great way for people to become educated and hopefully excited in the middle of their busy lives. They might not have time to drive across town to meet with you, but they could listen to a CD in their car, watch a short DVD, read a magazine, or watch an online presentation. If you were to look back at my career, you see that tools change everything for me. In 1990, my company came out with a video that was dynamic and exciting, even though it was wildly expensive, a $15 each. Back then, It was worth it because when you learned how to invite people to watch that video, the results were dramatic. Everyone in the company became focused on a daily method of operation that centered around inviting people to watch our video. We allowed no distractions. Our entire culture revolved around this strategy, and our growth went through the roof. Events were still very important, but they were a second step after a person watched our video. By adopting the new approach, my organization finally broke out. I was able to enjoy the experience of having a group that grew with or without me. It was more fun than I can describe. My group grew from a few dozen to a few hundred, and then to a few thousand. All I did was learn how to successfully invite people to watch a video, follow it up with an invitation to an event, and teach everyone else to do the same thing. The second career breakthrough took the form of an audio cassette. Yes, I said cassette. This was 1992, and that's all we had. The company was launching something new and exciting, and this time I personally recorded an audio that explained the opportunity in detail. We sold it for 50 cents a piece, which covered our costs, and in less than 1 year, that little audio cassette sold over 1 million copies. We taught people how to invite prospects to take that cassette, put it in their car, and listen to it right away. The results were amazing. We trained people to get 100 cassettes at first, get them out to everyone they knew, and then had them focus on getting out 2 a day. After that, using that simple system, my income grew to almost 1 million a year. Different companies use different tools and event strategies to grow their business. Some use home parties, some use online presentation, some use one-on-ones with magazines and flip charts. Find what's working best in your particular company. Develop your daily method of operation, and then train your people how to effectively do the same and invite their prospects to plug in. As a professional, you're going to be inviting your prospects to review a tool or attend an event. Here's what you're not to be doing. You're not going to be pitching people and trying to dazzle with the world with your wisdom. That approach will feed your ego, but steal from your bank account. Let me give you my formula for financial independence in network marketing. Your ability to get a large group of people to consistently do a few simple things over an extended period of time. It was this formula that helped me break out of network marketing mediocrity, and it will help you do the same. For years, I focused and depended on my ability to persuade people to join me. Then I graduated to finding a few key leaders I could train to do what I was doing. And finally, I learned the formula I just gave you and began to focus on getting a large group of people to consistently do just a few simple things and to keep doing them. When that happened, everything changed for the better. Those are the fundamentals. Let's take a moment to talk about the emotions of inviting. There are 4 basic rules. Rule number 1, you must emotionally disattach yourself from the outcome. This is extremely important. Remember, our initial goal is education and understanding. It's not getting a new customer or signing a new distributor. In other words, if you disconnect your emotions from that outcome, you just focus on educating and understanding. Everything gets very simple. This sounds easy, but it's difficult to do. All of us come into this business with the hope of recruiting some great people. It's hard to disconnect from those expectations, but you need to remember We're not hunters. We're not sharks. Our job is to educate people, to help them understand what we have to offer. We act as consultants, offering suggestions on how people can live a better life. If you focus on getting a customer or a new distributor, you'll constantly be disappointed and you'll find your prospects running away from you. If you focus on education and understanding, you'll have fun and your prospect will enjoy the experience. Rule number 2, be yourself. So many people become a different person when they start inviting. This makes everyone uncomfortable. Be yourself. Just focus on being your best self. Rule number 3, bring some passion, enthusiasm, and contagiousness. I'm sorry. It says bring some passion. Enthusiasm is contagious. It's okay to get a little bit fired up, get focused, listen to some music that inspires you, smile when you're on the phone. I assure you, your positive emotion will translate into better results. Rule number 4, have a strong posture. This was a big one for me. At first, I was so insecure. I didn't think anyone would take me seriously. But as I watched the professionals, I noticed their posture. They were bold, they were confident, they were strong. So I decided to be bold as well. I stopped apologizing all the time. Instead of saying yes, I know I had a lot of jobs so far in my life, but I'm hoping this will be the change I've been looking for. I started saying, guess what? I'm sick and tired of the life I've led up until this point, and I've decided to take a charge. I wouldn't bet against me because I'm serious. Do you feel the difference? Be yourself, but be a bolder self. Be yourself, but be a stronger self. Be yourself, but be a more confident self. At least when you're inviting. I found I could do that for short periods of time at the beginning. And just like building a new muscle, I could eventually do it longer and longer until it became part of me. So now that we've set the stage, let's go through the invitation formula. This formula is designed to be used over the phone or face to face. It's not to be used with texting, email, or any other communication tool, just on the phone or face to face. This can work with your warm market prospect, someone you know, or cold market prospect, someone you met while living your life. I'll give you examples for both. There are 8 steps to a professional invitation. That might sound complicated, but with a little practice, you'll find it an easy skill to master. Step 1, be in a hurry. Step 2, compliment the prospect. Step 3, make the invitation. Step 4, if I would you? Step 5, confirmation. Get the time commitment. Step 6, confirmation number 2. Confirm the time commitment. Step 7, confirmation number 3. Schedule the next call. Step 8, get off the phone. Step 1, be in a hurry. This is a psychological issue. People are always more attracted to a person who has things going on. If you start every call or face-to-face conversation giving the impression that you're in a hurry, you'll find invitations will be shorter. There will be fewer questions, less resistance, and people will be more respectful of you and your time. Example for warm market prospects. I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important I reach you. I have a million things going on, but I'm glad I caught you. I'm running out the door, but I needed to talk to you real quick. Example for cold market prospects. Now isn't the time to get into this, and I have to go, but I have to run. But get the message? Set the tone with some urgency. As for the examples I'm sharing with you, you don't worry too much about the exact words. Just focus on the concept and use your own words. Let people know you're busy, you got a lot going on, and your time is short. But it is important for you to talk to them real quick and do it with some passion in your voice. Step 2, compliment the prospect. This is critical. The sincere compliment, and it must be sincere, opens the door to real communications and will make the prospect much more agreeable about hearing what you have to say. Examples for the warm market prospect. You've been very successful, and I've always respected the way you've done business. You've always been supportive of me, and I appreciate that so much. Great to use with family and close friends. You have an amazing mind for business, and I can see things other people don't see. For as long as I've known you, I thought you were the best at what you do. Example for cold market prospects. You've given me some of the best you've given me some of the best service I've received. You are super sharp. Can I ask what you do for a living? You made this a fantastic experience. The key to the compliment is it is is it must be sincere. Find something you can honestly use to compliment your prospect and use it. This simple step will literally double your invitation results. When you start with urgency and compliment, it becomes very difficult for a person to react negatively to your invitation. People don't hear compliments very often. It feels good. You will find your prospects will become more receptive. If you study the pros, you'll find they are constantly putting people in a good mood through their honest and sincere compliments. It helps to build rapport, it helps to open people's minds, and mostly it helps achieve our goals of education and understanding. Step 3, make the invitation. This is a situation where one size does not fit all. There are 3 kinds of invitation approaches for the network marketing professional. The direct approach. This is used when you are inviting people to learn more about an opportunity for them. Most people use a direct approach for all of their prospects. It usually goes something like this. I found a way for you to get rich. Let me tell you about it. Blah, blah, blah. I understand the passion, but really, what's going to get excited about that? But really, who's going to get excited about that? Unless they're getting a call from a millionaire. That doesn't mean the direct approach doesn't work. It does. It has an important place in your invitation process, but it should be reserved for people who know and respect you, or for people that you know are searching for something better. Examples for warm market prospects. When you told me you hate your job, need more money, wanted to find a new house, etc., were you serious or were you just kidding around? They'll almost always tell you they were serious. Great. I think I found a way for you to get it. Solve the problem, make that happen. This is for situations where you know an area of their dissatisfaction, need, or desire. I think I found a way for us to really boost our cash flow. When I thought of people who could make an absolute fortune with a business I found, I thought of you. Are you still looking for a job or a different job? I found a way for both of us to start a great business without all the risks. Let me ask you a question. Off the record, if there was a business you could start working part-time from your home that could replace your full-time income, would that interest you? Examples for your cold market prospect. Have you ever thought of diversifying your income? Do you keep your career options open? Do you plan on doing what you're doing now for the rest of your career? You can follow these cold market scripts or any of the following. I have something that might interest you. Now, now's not the time to get into it, but the indirect approach. This is another powerful tool to help get people past their initial resistance and educate them on what you have to offer. The indirect approach is about asking the prospect for help, input, or guidance. I used this approach extensively and with great success when I first started out. Because of my lack of credibility at age 23, I couldn't get much success with a direct approach. So I learned to play myself down and play up to the prospect's ego. It worked incredibly well, and it still works today. Example for your warm market prospect. I've just started a new business and I'm really nervous. Before I get going, I need to practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practiced on you? This is a great approach for family and close friends. I found a business I'm really excited about, but what do I know? You have so much experience. Would you look at it for me if I made it easy on you and let me know if you think I'm making the right move? A friend told me the best thing I could do when starting a business is to have people I respect take a look at it and give me some guidance. Would you be willing to do that for me if I made it simple? Example for cold market prospect. When you meet someone from another city, state, or country, and if your company does business there, you can say, my company is expanding in your area. Would you do me a favor and take a look at it and let me know if you think it will work where you live? When you meet someone, you might provide good input on your product. You can say, I've started a business with a product I think makes a lot of sense, but I'd like to get your input. Would you be willing to check it out and give me your opinion? The super indirect approach. The third approach is the super indirect approach. This approach is incredibly powerful because it works on a number of psychological levels. In this approach, you tell the prospect they aren't a prospect and you're just interested in finding out if they know someone else who might benefit from your business. It's very effective. Example for warm market prospects. The business I'm in clearly isn't for you, but I wanted to ask you, who do you know that is ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding more cash flow to their lives? Who do you know that might be looking for a strong business that could run from their home? Who do you know that has hit a wall with their business and might be looking for a way to diversify their income? I work with a company that's expanding in this area, and I'm looking for some key, sharp people that might be interested in some additional cash flow. Do you know anyone who might fit that description? In most cases, they're going to ask you for more information before they give you any names. Behind that request will be curiosity and thinking this might be from them, but they're not going to admit that to you. When they ask for more information, you can respond with, that makes sense. You'll want to know more about it before you refer some of your contacts. Then you can just move to step 4. Example for cold market prospect. Cold market is exactly the same as warm market for the super indirect approach. Just use warm market scripts or any variation that's comfortable for you. Step 4. If I, would you? The question has been my secret weapon for a very long time. It is by far the most powerful phrase I've come across in building a large and successful network marketing business. If I gave you a DVD, would you watch it? If I gave you a CD, would you listen to it? If I gave you a magazine or some other printed material, would you read it? If I gave you a link to a website with a complete presentation, would you check it out? If I invited you to a special invitation-only webinar, would you attend? If I invited you to a special invitation-only conference call, would you listen in? The question is so powerful and for a number of reasons. First, it's reciprocal. You're saying you will do something if they will do something. As human beings, we are hardwired to respond positively to these type of situations. Second, it puts you in a place of power. You're in control. You're not begging. You're not asking for favors. You're simply offering a value exchange. And third, it implies that you have something of value to offer. You're saying you will do something, but not unless the other person will do something in exchange. When you value what you have, people will respect you. When I first started, I didn't know about this magical question. I just said things like, I really, really, really want you to watch my video, try my product, listen to this CD. You can imagine the results. The whole psychology of it is weak if you use. If I would, you're having a business conversation. If you use, I really, really want you, now you sound desperate. And a desperate distributor is not attractive. If you use this approach, you already know what I'm talking about. If I would, you gets results. It gets people to say yes. It helps prospects see what we have in a different light. Remember, our goal is education and understanding. If I would, you helps us achieve that goal. If you started the call with urgency, complimented the prospect, made the invitation, and asked if I would, you. If I would you. I apologize. Yes, if I would you. Okay. The answer will be yes, almost 100% of the time. And you can just go to step 5. If they ask for more information, first, just respond with, I understand you want more information, but everything you're looking for is on the CD, DVD, printed piece, link, etc. The fastest way for you to really understand what I'm talking about will be for you to review that material. So, if I give it to you, would you review it? If they say no, then thank them for their time and move on. Also, review steps 1 through 3 to see what you might have done better, but do not give your material to them. So you've gone through the first 4 steps, and the person said yes. Success. They've agreed to review your tool. Does that mean you will follow through? Nope. In fact, only about 5% of your prospects will do what they said. They would do it if you just use the first 4, and 5% is not a good number. To get closer to 80%, you need to complete the invitation process professionally. Step 5, confirmation number 1. Get the time commitment. You've asked, if I, would you? And they said yes. The next step is to get a time commitment. When do you think you could watch the DVD for sure? When do you think you could listen to the CD for sure? When do you think you could read the magazine for sure? When do you think you could watch the link for sure? Don't suggest a time for them. That's another mistake I made early in my career. Just ask the question and wait for them to respond. This question makes them think about their schedule and their commitments. Find a place to review your tool and communicate that back to you. In other words, it makes it real. When you first asked if I would you, and they said yes, it was someday. When you get the time commitment, it starts to be real. The only thing that matters is that they give you a time. It doesn't matter what that time is. Let me think about their schedule and tell you when they will have reviewed the materials for sure. About 90% of the time, they'll give you an answer. The other 10% of the time, they'll be vague, saying something like, I'll try to do it sometimes. If they do that, then tell them, I don't want to waste your time or mine. Why don't we just lock in a time when you'll have seen it for sure? Remember, they've already said they review it in step 4. This is just confirming the time. The key to all this is they have now said yes twice. The first time when they answered, if I would you, and the second time when you received a time commitment from them. So now you can give them the tool, right? Wrong. You're not done yet. The professionals take a few more seconds to complete a couple more steps before they're finished. Step 6, confirmation. Confirm the time commitment. If they tell you they'll watch the DVD by Tuesday night, your response should be something like, so, if I called you Wednesday morning, you'll have seen it for sure, right? If they say they'll listen to the CD by Thursday morning, your response should be, so, if I called you sometime later in the day or on Thursday, you'll have listened to it for sure, right? If they say yes, if they say they'll watch the link by July 1st, your response should be, so, if I called you on July 2nd, you'll have looked at it for sure, right? They will either naturally say yes or they will adjust the time slightly. In any case, the significance of step 6 is they've now confirmed 3 times and they are now much more likely to follow through. And the key is this isn't an appointment you've set, it's an appointment they've set. They said they they said they'd review the material. They would do it by a specific time, and if you call them after that, they would have reviewed the materials. You've asked the question, their answer made the appointment. Step 7, confirmation number 3. Schedule the next call. This step is simple. Just ask, what's the best number and time for me to call you? They'll give you what works best for them, and now you have a real appointment. All you have to do is be sure to remember to call when you said you would call. They've said yes 4 times. The whole invitation took a few minutes, and your chances of achieving your goal of educating and understanding has gone from about 5% to 80%. Step 8, get off the phone. Remember, you're in a hurry, right? Once you've confirmed the appointment, the best thing to say to someone is something like, great, we'll talk then, gotta run. Too many people make the appointment and then unmake it by talking and talking and talking. Remember, our goal is education and understanding, and we're gonna let the third-party tool do most of the work. Here are some examples of all 8 steps. A person you know who hates their job. Direct approach. Hey, I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important I reach you. Listen, you're one of the most financially intelligent people I know, and I've always respected that about you. When you told me you really didn't like your job, were you serious or were you just kidding around? They'll say they were serious. Great. I think I found a way for you to create an exit strategy. I have a CD that describes what I'm talking about better than I can. If I gave you this CD, would you listen to it? They say yes. When do you think you could listen to it for sure? They say Thursday. I'm sorry, they say Tuesday. So if I called you Wednesday morning, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? They say yes. All right, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call you? They give you the information. Got it. We'll talk then. Gotta run. Thanks. A good friend. Indirect approach. Indirect approach. Hey, I'm running out the door, but I needed to talk to you real quick. Do you have a second? Great. Listen, you've always been so supportive of me. I appreciate that so much. I just started a new business and I'm really nervous. But before I get going, I need to practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practice on you? They say sure. Great. If I gave you a DVD that laid out the information in a professional way, would you watch it? They say yes. It's about 15 minutes long. When do you think you could watch it for sure? They say Thursday. So, if I called you Friday morning, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? Fantastic. What's the best number and time for me to call? They give you the information. Great. We'll talk then. Gotta run. And thanks. A highly successful person. Super indirect approach. I know you're busy and I have a million things going on too. But I'm glad I caught you. You've been wildly successful and I've always respected the way you've done business. I recently started something new and I'm looking for some sharp people. It's clearly not for you, but I wanted to ask, who do you know who is ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding a significant amount of cash flow to their lives? They say they do know some people. I understand that you want to know more about it before you recommend people. I have a DVD that explains exactly what I'm doing and the kind of people I'm looking for. It's brief. If I sent one to you, would you review it? They say they would. Thanks. When do you think you could review it for sure? They say next Monday. Okay, so if I called you next Tuesday, you'll have reviewed for sure, right? Okay, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call you? They give you the information? Okay, great. Thanks again. I appreciate it so much. Talk to you next Tuesday. A cold market prospect who's done a good job selling you something. Direct approach. Now isn't the time to get into this. I have to go. But you are super sharp and I happen to be looking for some sharp people. Do you have a plan on doing what you're doing for the rest of your career? They say no. Good. I have something that might interest you. Now isn't the time to get into it, but I have a DVD that explains it all in great detail. If I give it to you, would you watch it? They say yes. When do you think you can watch it? For sure. They say Sunday. So if I called you Monday, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? They say yes. All right. I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call you? They give you their information. Okay, here it is. Thanks again for the excellent service, and I'll talk to you soon. Are you feeling the flow of how this works? Obviously, there are many possible variations for different kinds of prospects, but I hope these examples help you understand how everything comes together. In terms of scripts, it's best if you get the basic concept down and don't focus too hard on the exact script. Life doesn't work that way, but if you learn to let your prospect know you're in a hurry, then compliment them, then invite them, then pass on a tool with "if I, would you," then confirm using the process I described, and finally get off the phone or complete the invite. You'll do just fine. Remember, in recruiting, there are no good or bad experiences, just learning experiences on our journey to becoming a network marketing professional. The best thing that can happen is for you to develop the skills to recruit on demand in any situation. Then you never have to worry about being lucky. So practice, practice, practice. And that's the end of chapter 5. Inviting prospects to take a look. Inviting prospects to understand your product opportunity. So I want to thank everyone for hanging out and you know, and enjoying chapter 5 with me.
Thanks so much. Loved it.
Yeah, you know it, girl.
Awesome.
That's what's up. Yeah, thank you, thank you. I tripped up a little bit, but I got back on my skateboard and
That's
got
how
it
we roll.
together. That's what's up. So again, thank you guys. So I hope everyone that's watching, was able to get some golden nuggets from that and apply that to your, invitation when inviting prospects to understand your product or opportunity.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Thank
Well,
you,
thanks.
Zell.
Yeah, it was a
Thank
little
you,
long
Shelly.
tonight.
Thanks,
But we
Elise.
got
Thanks,
through it.
guys.
Indeed, indeed. And thank you all.
All right.
It was
Till
awesome.
the next time.
You
Keep
know it.
rocking, people.
Good night, good night. Peace, peace.